Well, let me see. Well, during the recording of Termination Bliss, you were you were a bit depressed. I read
Yeah,
somewhere because
yeah.
of well of some personal tragedies.
Mm-hmm.
How is the build up now for this album? Is it
It's even worse.
really?
Yeah, I mean that's just life, you know. You have ups and downs, and
But is it then personal ups and downs, or is it something
yeah.
that happened, or?
No, it's things that happen. I lost my brother and stuff like that, which of course affects the songwriting. And yeah, I mean, even though I'm not sitting around being depressed all the time or whatever, because I hate that. Nobody wants to be depressed. Still, you walk around and you carry around a lot of, how do you say, baggage or stuff inside of you that comes out when you write music.
But how do you cope then with the passing of your brother? Do you talk about it, or do you do it just by yourself, or?
I'm a very introversial person. I don't talk much about it with people that I don't know. But of course, if you're really close to me, then I don't have a problem talking about it. But it's not like I'm sitting around whining or feeling sorry for myself, because that's ridiculous. But just trying to deal with it on my own.
And how do you look? Well, the new album. You have been recording the new album already.
Yeah, we're in the process of
And
finishing up the new album.
And how does it shine through? I mean, that personal loss for you. Can you tell on the songs already? How do you know?
There's actually one song that I wrote the same night that I got to know about the death of my brother. I wrote it on the same night, and
I think it was in October 2006 or something.
It was in August.
August.
Yeah. And that's of course a really, really, really sad song, but it's also very beautiful. So it will be on the album for sure.
And was it hard to the lyrics? Was it hard for you?
Well, I don't write the lyrics,
know,
but
maybe how do you? I know that.
Yeah.
But how do you? I can imagine that if you write such a personal song, music-wise, that you want the lyrics to be really,
of course,
entwined.
Well, that's where my best friend for the last 15 years is Whiplasher, who writes the lyrics, and he has been with me through everything, and he knows my family, and I know his family really, really well. So he really managed to write lyrics that capture that feeling that we're looking for in the song.
Is there one line or one part of the song that, lyric-wise, that you say, well, that's for me, that's really the part he struck a note? Maybe one passage of the song, or?
The whole thing is really, like, sums it all up, I think.
What is the song title?
Still, we haven't decided the title, because that's really hard, because it has to be something that is not too obvious what it's about, and still it has to be clear what it's about. But like, we wouldn't name it something silly or anything. It has to be, I mean, it's a song, it's not it has to be something that is reflecting on the theme, but not something overly obvious. So we're still working on the actual title.
Okay. Well, the sound of the new album, will it differ a lot from Termination Bliss, or?
I think we've grown more, yet again, to take the band to yet another level. But it's still very much Deathstars. It sounds exactly like us, but it's sometimes a little bit more raw, sometimes a little bit more live feeling. A little bit more rock, I think.
How come?
Hard metal.
Metal. How come?
It's just natural evolvement. I mean, you can't stand in one place all the time. You always want to go forward, and natural development of how to write songs and everything. You always move forward, and that's.
But do you talk about it? Let's say, well, maybe we can go this way or that way, or is it just something that happens gradually along the way?
It happens gradually along the way. You start writing something, and then you go over here, and then you write something, and it's, no, that's too much away from our sound, and then you write something that's too much our sound, and then you kind of try to sum it all up so that you go in the whole album gets like one direction that is our direction of the band, you know. We don't want to go like write some songs that sounds like another band, you know. We want to write a Deathstars album, and that's what we're doing.